Hi guys!
Hi!
Okay, so we are back with our second installment, I guess, of Q&A with @HerLateNightCray.
Yes, our Twitter handle.
Yes, that's our Twitter handle. And we had a lot of fun with the first one. Just a couple random questions that we sit around chit chat and answer that you guys have asked us, whether it's over Twitter, email, YouTube, or just in a blog comment. So we thought we would sit down and do it again.
Yeah, these are a lot of fun, and it gives you an opportunity to get to know us a little better.
Yeah.
We like watching these types of videos from other people, so hopefully you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we get started?
We should get started.
Okay. First question is from Daisy @DaisyGirl. She has a blog. You can check her out. And her question to us was, what is our favorite body lotion?
Okay.
There's so many.
There are so many. Bath & Body Works makes great ones.
I know, some people aren't a fan of Bath & Body Works, but we are, and right now my current favorite is this Honey Autumn Apple scent, and it's a body cream, and I love these, and honestly, with Bath & Body Works, sign up for their email because they're always giving you coupons for 20% off, or buy one item, get an item for free, or something like that, so you really can't go wrong with that. I feel like right now Bath & Body Works is my #1 favorite, and probably the Body Shop Body Butters are a close second favorite for me.
And my favorite is something that you can also get at Bath & Body Works, but these are the Victoria's Secret Pink lotions. These are the Drenched in Pink, Fresh and Clean, and Soft and Dreamy. And I love these. I actually keep one of these on my nightstand pretty much all the time because it's the lotion that I like to put on before I go to bed at night, because both of these are just really like soothing, calming scents. So I definitely love these. They leave my skin super soft. So
yeah. I'd say they're our favorites, but if you want to go to just like a drugstore and get one, if you're someone who doesn't like a thicker lotion, more of a lighter one, we really like the Neutrogena, I think it's the Light Sesame lotion, and also the Light Sesame Body Oil. We like those a lot.
They smell really good too. Just really light and clean, but smells
very light.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, the next question is from Venetia, our friend in Australia. Her blog is called Venetia's Life in Australia, and we'll have links for everybody's blog.
We love Venetia.
We do. She's so sweet. She's been following us for so long. She's like a really loyal commenter, and just really
we both smile when we see comments from her, and we love to read her posts, and you know, everything's so different. Like, we're getting ready to head into fall, and she's getting ready to start heading into like spring and summer, so it's kind of neat. But
and her question is how we blog together and who does what.
Yeah, and this one is honestly, we are very lucky that we see each other on a daily basis. So whether we are busy at work and can't really talk, and we go to lunch a lot, we have lunch a lot together, honestly, every day.
Every day.
So on an everyday basis, we can touch base, even if it's just for an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just,
it works. Like, we have a system that just really, really works. We both split up writing posts.
Yes.
We both put in thought and consideration into what we're doing for our videos.
Should we show kind of like, we keep schedules.
Yeah.
And we have a calendar like this. I'll just show a little bit. But we have everything mapped out that we pretty much know. Now, anything can move around.
Right.
If I get a sudden urge that I have to do a love it or leave it post on something new at Sephora, we just do it.
Yeah, what we do, and if you're a blogger, this is really, really helpful. Or I think it's a really good little tip. We put upcoming posts and Post-it notes, so that Post-it notes can obviously be moved around, and you can, you know, I don't actually write them down in the book itself until after the post has gone up. So we are, we're always communicating about what's going up for the week, what we want to talk about, whether it's something beauty that's on our mind or fashion that we're really craving at the moment. And when, like, as far as things like comments come in, we have Her Late Night Cravings Gmail account, and I kind of monitor that, and I watch all of our incoming messages, including comments. So I'll go ahead and publish those as they come in. And then Jayme does a fantastic job, much better job than I do, of getting back to people and replying to comments and really keeping the lines of communication open with people.
Yeah, and we both do that. Just sometimes I know that she is like, a comment comes in, she's like pubbing, and she gets back to a lot of emails. So I don't know, it was something I started doing, but you'll see Mendi, or when you see Jayme and Mendi, or Mendi and Jayme,
It could be
and it's
either
funny.
one of us.
It could be either one of us.
Yeah.
But and the funniest part is if there's ever something that's directed at Mendi, I will usually forward that to her so she sees it again. Or we'll talk and I'll say, hey, Venetia just said blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh my gosh, I have that.
Yeah.
But we do a good job. We definitely keep open lines of communication. And I'm telling you this, as a duo, we are flexible. And I think that is key to blogging with a partner is if you have attitude, which I mean, we have attitude, but not like that. If you have attitude or you're that type A that's like, oh my gosh, once it's written down, it cannot be moved. It's going to throw off my whole schedule.
Right.
You do not need to blog with a partner.
No.
Because it's the whole point about a blog is to be fun and to be inspired. So if Mendi comes in and she's like, I just made turkey meatball soup or something. You remember that soup you made? I made it yesterday and I want to post
about it. Yeah.
Then my reaction is usually, okay.
Yeah.
Let me know when, like, she'll write a post and I'll read it.
Yeah.
And then we'll schedule a post. Or I'll write a post and she reads it because it's nice to have a second person glancing at it.
Help each other proofread and stuff. Yeah. And even if, like, I write something and I'm like, does that sound stupid? Like, I don't know. Does that sound really dumb? Then I'll get her to tweak it or to what I like to call bedazzle it. Like, sometimes she can take something really vague that I've written and, like, bedazzle it for me.
And it's funny. It's like we do Fridays fancies. And I'm going to go ahead and admit to you guys that 95% of those boards come from Mendi. I remember when we first signed up on Polyvore, she was so excited, and I looked at it and I was like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed anymore, and I have put together a few of them, but 95% of what you see come from her. And how we kind of tag team that is sometimes she does it all, right? And then sometimes she'll do the board, and then she'll be like, hey, what shirt do you think? This one or this one? And I can just be like, I like the pink one. Cool.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll just write an intro. It's honestly easy. It's easier than I think we even thought it was going to be.
It is. And one thing that I will say about blogging with a friend is have a really good foundation for your friendship before you start blogging. We've been friends for like 8 years, so we know everything that we want to know, could know, need to know about each other and how the other one works in certain situations or on a bad day or on a good day. And I'd say that just having a really good foundation of a friendship, because you definitely don't want to take on blogging and it become a source of problems between you and your friend. You don't want to.
It should all be fun.
Yeah, it's just for fun, and it's because it's an outlet for us and somewhere for us to play some creativity. Our 9-to-5 jobs are pretty. We do a lot of redundant work day in and day out. So this is like our little baby where we can mold it and shape it and make it what we want.
And I have two things to say. Right now, we are in a very busy time with our 9-to-5 jobs, which that obviously comes first.
Yes.
So you might notice that we're a little slower on comments and we're slower on YouTube comments. Sorry. But we just, what we do is that we do a lot of stuff on the weekends. We do a lot of our filming on the weekends. We knock out a couple videos at a time, so we have them. But what we don't do is we don't let anything in our lives interfere with our relationships, whether it be with our parents, our husband, our friends. We don't let that interfere, and I don't know if it's our age and where we are that, we're done with college. We don't have to worry about grades. We go to work, we work hard, and we play hard. But we have seen a lot of posts recently where bloggers are getting bogged down because they're worried. They're worried that they're not going to comment in time, and we don't really feel that. I don't know why we don't. Maybe it's just our personalities, or
maybe it's because there's two of us, and it's a lot easier for the two of us to tag team it than for a single individual person who has a blog. But we don't ever want the blog to become something that we don't want to do. Like, it is something that we love. We love making YouTube videos. It's just. You guys give us great feedback. We've met so many amazing people and made so many great friendships from this, and it's really important to us.
And it's crazy. It's like, through this whole world, we met Allison from AV at Long Distance Loving, and she recently bought a home. And that's exciting. Or she's building a home. That's exciting, and we're like, oh my gosh, is she going to post any pictures? We can't wait. We've met a local girl here. Was it Worthy Style?
Worthington. Yeah.
She's getting ready to get married.
Yeah.
And it's like we're meeting these people, and some people we've not even met. Some people face to face, and we're like, we met her. She's getting married. How exciting!
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just cool, and you should have fun with it. And honestly, I can't imagine blogging and doing the YouTube thing solely by myself.
Yeah.
I do have a good time in front of the camera, even when it's just me, but it is very different than doing it with someone that you can make. I like to joke a lot, so if I'm just like making random jokes by myself, I'll laugh at them, but there's nobody else to. Like, it's fun to have a partner. Yeah. So if you are on the fence about it, or you have a great friend that you want to do this with, I can't imagine picking. I have a lot of great girlfriends, but I can't imagine picking anyone other than Mendi to be in this with. I think we are so much different and so much alike that it works.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It just clicks.
Yeah, and we just split stuff. And sometimes, like, when I'm really overwhelmed at work and I know I don't have time to even at lunch, I can't even think about anything but my work.
Yeah.
Mendi does it all.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like, we really pick. It's like a marriage.
It is like a marriage.
It's not 50-50 all the time. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's 70-30. Sometimes it's 70-30. You know what I mean? And you just have to be okay with that. And I think the coolest thing is that I feel like both of us, we're very in control, kind of like we, what am I saying? We're very strong women, I think.
Yeah,
right?
We're very independent.
Right, very independent. But it's nice to just be like, when it comes to the blog, I don't always have to make the sole decision.
Right.
I don't always have to do it all myself.
Right.
I can give up, like, it doesn't need to be in this order. It can be in this order.
Yeah.
And I think that's nice, and I think that you can take that from your blog and put that into your own relationships and your work relationships and everything else.
It's all about balance.
It really is.
Yeah. You just have to make sure that the number one priorities in your life are taken care of first, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Relationships. But, and just remember that you're blogging and you do YouTube videos for fun.
I mean, and if it doesn't stay fun for you, then
reevaluate
it. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, some people use their blog surely to document their lives and look back and show their kids that they had an online journal.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's cool.
It's like whatever you want to do. That's the fun part about this blog, is that if we don't want to talk about nail polish and we want to talk about some nasty cookies that I made that I'm not going to talk about, but I tried to put them on the blog, but they were disgusting and I'm not. We can do that, though. Yeah. That's the cool thing, is that it's a time for us just to, I don't know, it's just fun. Yeah. That's all I'm trying to say.
We could talk about this all day long.
Yeah. So I don't know if this answered your question, Venetia. Let us know if you have any specific questions about how we blog.
It kind of, though, I think gives you the rundown of how we tag team things.
Yeah.
And Jayme does some things, I do others, but then we can also juggle those. Like, she knows I can leave comments just as well as she can. She just does them more often. Like, I
really liked, I don't know why, that's a part of it that I'm like,
yeah, and
I'll
do the Fridays Fancies polyvore boards because I actually really love that part of it. Like, part of me thinks that I should have been like a graphic designer or something because I really love like playing and coming up with it.
And when it comes to Twitter, we're both on. We don't tweet as enough.
We don't tweet a lot.
And we should.
Yeah.
But that's something that sometimes when you come home, you want to have dinner with your family and you don't want to do that. It's not that we don't think about people that are tweeting, but a lot of times she'll tweet more than me. If I ever am tweeting, I typically will put Jayme because I'm like, most people probably think it's Mendi anyway because she does more of that. So
yeah, we'll sometimes at the end of our tweets just put like a J or an M, so you guys know who's answering you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The next question is, a lot of you have asked if we are on Instagram because we do use and show Instagram photos in a lot of our posts.
Yeah.
And
we are, obviously.
We are.
But we're not, I'm not public.
No, neither one of us are public, and we don't have an Instagram account for the blog. What we do, and this is just me admitting what I use Instagram for, I will take a picture, but I will Instagram it 5 different ways because I like to see different filters. I might want to blur something out or, I don't know, do it in a crazy color or something like that. And I don't figure that you guys want to see the same photo 4 ways or 5 ways.
Sepia tone, black and white, or so 70s style.
I'll pick what my favorite photo or my favorites are, and that's what I'll put into the blog. Like, for example, my San Francisco vacation recaps. That was all Instagrammed the crap out of my pictures, but then I picked the ones that were my favorites, whereas if you were actually following me on Instagram, you would have seen 400 pictures.
You'd be like, oh my gosh, Mendi, stop Instagram, you know?
Yeah, so we do it, but we do it kind of privately, just because we assume that you guys don't want to see the way that we were using Instagram. Does that make sense?
Normally with Instagram, we put it on the blog with the photo-a-days. Like normally you're going to see something that we've Instagram. So yeah.
Okay.
We have another question from Dream in Digital. She is at the blog The Musing of a Design Student. And she had asked, it was around the time you were doing your packing video or something like that. She asked that, had we ever been to Seattle? And she had mentioned that they had some great shopping. I guess Mendi was talking about shopping in San Fran. And Seattle, I don't know. I've never been there.
Okay, and I have.
Yeah.
It's been, gosh, probably 10 or 11 years ago. I went for work. I was out there for 3 or 4 days. I can't remember exactly. I love the city. I actually didn't spend as much time in the city as I planned on. Our hotel was in the city, but during the day, I think I got in on like a Thursday. That Friday, I had a client call that I had to go on, so I took the ferry from Seattle over to Bainbridge Island, called on my clients, took them to lunch, took the ferry back to Seattle, you know, just kind of got to go down to like Pike Place Market and kind of see what the market was all about, and then where they throw the fish and stuff. It was really awesome, very touristy. There is literally a Starbucks or a coffee shop every single street corner.
Seattle's
every
best.
every single street corner. And I spent a day going up to Mount Rainier, which is the highest peak in the United States, or the continental United States. I think Mount Denali in Alaska is higher, but I spent the day going up to Mount Rainier and walking around some of their trails. We actually, from where we parked, we hiked up to like an elevation of like 7,000 feet, which was pretty much as far as you could hike, and this was in the month of August, without going into snow and glaciers. It was beautiful. It was something that I loved every single second of my trip. In fact, I cannot wait to take my husband there. We're talking about that. He's never seen mountains that big, and it's just something that you have to experience yourself. So I cannot wait to take him there. Definitely want to do that. But shopping in Seattle, I didn't really do. It was a quick trip in and a quick trip out. Like 2 of my days were completely booked. So
there you have it.
There you have it. When my husband and I go to Seattle, we will make time to go to Mount Rainier and do some hiking and some outdoorsy things. But come on, we are a couple who loves to shop, so we will definitely do our damage in Seattle when we get there.
Seattle's on my list. I want to go to the northwestern part of the United States.
I did go once in the Space Needle too. Space Needle was very cool. Yeah, really awesome views.
Yeah. So many places that we need to go to.
I know, and my whole idea, if you guys have ever, or if you're from the Pacific Northwest, my whole idea of doing a Seattle trip is to do Seattle and Vancouver together. Maybe take like a full week off, but rent a car and drive up to Vancouver for maybe a night or 2.
It's only a couple of hours, right?
Right. I think it's like 2.5 hours pretty much. So I think you could easily do Vancouver for like 2 nights, see what Vancouver has to offer, and then come back to Seattle. For us being in the States, it's much cheaper to fly into Seattle than Vancouver. Yeah. It's like a huge difference in price. But anyway, yes. Gotta get there. Speaking
of her trip, though, I actually have 2 questions for Mendi, because she showed us 2 videos. One, a clothing and accessories packing video, and the other was her cosmetics and stuff. Yeah. And I wanted to know, did she think she overpacked? Because she mentioned in one of the videos that she thought maybe she was overpacking her clothes. So do you think you overpack stuff, or do you think you pack the right amount?
I definitely overpacked. Like
by a lot, or just like not much?
By a decent amount.
Okay.
I feel like I had, of the 8 outfits that I took, there were 3 that I didn't wear at all.
Okay.
Now I also got there and pulled different outfits together from necessarily the outfits that I had planned. So I was like, oh, well, it's this temperature right now, so I'm going to wear this shirt and this sweater with these jeans. It's not what I had necessarily put together at home, but it's just what I made work for me once I got there. Jacket-wise, I was really glad I took my trench coat. I wore my denim jacket a couple of days, and then my other jacket that I had was, my navy blazer from Gap. I wore that a lot at night, like going out to dinners and stuff. And shoes, shoes, there were my 2 pairs of Sam Edelman flats. Never wore them. Never wore them. Once you start walking in San Francisco, you realize that you need good shoes. So I wore my Toms pretty much nonstop. I wore my kind of like tall riding boots, some at night when I wasn't going to do as much walking. Cosmetics, I think I took the right amount.
Okay, good.
I definitely, as far as toiletries, as far as shampoo, conditioner, face wash, I had everything that I needed. I didn't even have to think about, oh man, I need to run to Walgreens or Sephora and pick up something because I forgot. But I could have probably gotten away with just 1 eyeshadow palette, but I took 3 because I just wanted to have options.
Yeah.
So I think I took too much clothes-wise.
Okay.
But I think everything else, other than clothes and shoes, I packed.
I'm an overpacker. That's why I had to ask. Because I overpack like I'm going for a month and I'm going for a week. When I went to the Dominican, I stayed for a week. You should have seen the clothing and the cosmetics that I did not touch.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
That's why I had to know.
But we like to have options.
Inquiring minds wanted to know.
That's right.
So.
All right, well, we would love for you guys to send us your questions. We really love doing these videos. You can send it as a YouTube comment, a blog post comment. You can send it to our Twitter at HerLateNightCray.
Yep.
Is that everywhere?
We'll try to answer.
Every which way possible?
Some stuff, obviously, we won't answer, but we'll try to answer as much as we possibly can.
If you want to send something that's more of a private question that you're not sure if we'll want to answer or not, but you want to ask, our email is herlatenightcravings@gmail.com.
Yes.
I think that's covered every possible way that you can get in touch with us.
You call me. Maybe. I'm just kidding.
Maybe. All right, you guys. So send us your questions. We would love to know what you want to know.
Yes. And thank you for watching.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.